Well, not anymore. Lock in, boys and girls. We have a lot to talk about today. Also, if you could subscribe. There's
Is your money dirty money?
If you live,
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact,
why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it. But I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers. I think if you told them, if I told them the devil
100%. Himself.
The devil himself said, "I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life."
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
What's the other argument?
Let me give you that. I know in my case,
is your money dirty money?
If you live,
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact,
why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it.
But you earned it. We went back to this before. You earned it. You earned it advising the worst people in the world, right? That do enormous bad things, and just to make more money.
So, instead of asking me the question, should you take the money? Because I think it's a legitimate question.
You think it's a legitimate question?
Yes, no question. Because I think ethics is always a complicated subject, but I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstien should have helped these people. You're a mathematician.
If we walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are in the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
Tier 1's the highest and worst?
No,
I'm the lowest.
I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, Tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, "I don't care. I want the money for my children"?
I would say everyone said, "I want the money for my children."
Did they know where the money came from?
If you told them, the devil
100%.
The devil himself said, "I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life."
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question. Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember the devil is somebody knows.
Smart?
The devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
Satan is at the number 1 or 2 archangel, and the reason he goes to hell and leads the rebellion is because he can't be the top guy. And his thing is, I'd rather reign in hell than serve in heaven.
I saw that in a movie once called American Dharma. I don't remember who said it. Okay, we have to go.
Okay, good. Okay. That was good.
Pretty big deep dive on this. Well, not anymore. Lock in, boys and girls. We have a lot to talk about today. Also, if you could subscribe.
The Daily Read, your source for news, politics, sports, and all things trending. Here's your host, Marcus Gentry.
Welcome to the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. I am kind of under the weather. We're going to try to get through this show the best we can. That's the reason I wasn't on last week. But I had a bad flu. I don't know if it was flu or COVID, really. But I took a cocktail of over-the-counter drugs, and within a day or two I was fine, except for the hoarseness in my throat. But we're going to try to get through today's show. I know a lot of you guys are trying to connect Epstien with Jay-Z and Pusha T, especially in the black community. But this man was connected to far more than just hip-hop moguls. And the connection with all of these people, these are world-renowned people. I don't believe that all of these people participated in child abduction or child rape or dismemberment. But what I do believe is that all of them were aware, or the vast majority of them was. Also, I think there are organizations, and then you got organizations. You got local jokers like the local Masons, the local Shriners, the local Eastern Stars. Of course, they consider themselves worldwide organizations, but you got those type of organizations. Then you got the top secret stuff. Okay? This many people connected to this man like this speaks of organization. It doesn't give off random. Okay, so I just want to get that clear, and I'm gonna slow down on the commentary and let the thing play out.
All day, if you are an elite that likes to eat children. Epstein's partner, Ghislaine Maxwell, is testifying in the United States. She already did testify. We're going to look at that. Members of Congress, like Massey, for example, are finally seeing the full unredacted Epstein files, and they say that there are 6 more criminals that were literally part of this giant trafficking network. And that's just what they saw literally over the course of like a day. The left has to come to terms and admit to the fact that they actually knew all along that Donald Trump was literally never part of any of this, and most of the Epstein files regarding Trump were trying to take him down. We now have undeniable evidence of this. It's honestly, it's a terrible day if you're an elite that tries to eat children and kill the United States president. People are finally cracking the Epstein code, which word he uses to refer to whether he wants to eat children or merely do other things with them or dissolve their bodies. There's a pretty big deep dive on this one too. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about how, you know, black people need reparations and Jews need reparations. Can we please talk about how conspiracy theorists need reparations? You know, 5 years ago, I would be like, oh yeah, no, this is a spiritual war. There are these elites that are governing societies, pushing these anti-God philosophies, like the transgender stuff and the abortion stuff and the mass migration stuff, and they're probably like sacrificing children to Satan and eating them and stuff. And you know, everyone thought I was kooky. I thought I was kooky. Well, not anymore. Lock in, boys and girls. We have a lot to talk about. That
I'm gonna stop him right here. About 6 or 7 years ago, when I first started this program, I started looking at alternative news, stuff that you can get on the dark web, stuff that you can get in web rooms that were unusual news reports. There's a lot of dark things on the dark web, and I ran across this one website called Bloody Gore. Bloody Gore is a website where they have the beheading of people. They have cartel catching rival gang members' girlfriends and cutting their arms off with chainsaws. I mean, it's just some dark stuff. And I decided I wanted to bring something real and raw to my audience besides just normal news. Excuse me. I ran across this stuff a long time ago on the dark web. This is places where you can buy pounds of marijuana and have it mailed to you in Ziploc vacuum sealed bags. You can have people's fingers, body parts melt to you. I mean, this is some real radical, crazy, sick stuff that goes on the dark web all the time. And the reason I brought this up, the reason I brought this up is because he hit it on the head that a lot of us are considered conspiracy theorists. But now that a lot of this stuff is coming out, you know, like he's saying, where's our reparations? People like Cat Williams would have been considered a conspiracy theorist with the things he was saying. And a lot of things he's come out with has proven right. Keep your kids off the dark web, by the way. That's not a good place. It's really not. And I dibbled and dabbled in it about a year because I really wanted to get some real dirt, some real stuff to bring to the people instead of just the stuff they show you on the news. And even I had to back off of it. You know, it's a lot. So keep your kids off the dark web. But back to the subject at hand. A lot of people want to know, is this guy the founder of Bitcoin? And I want to say he's not. What he did was, he's a financier. And being a worldwide financier, people come to him to promote the newest Bitcoin, the newest major move that they want to make. And in a moment after he get through talking, I'm explaining to you just who Epstien was.
Also, if you could subscribe, that would be really nice. Also, if you could support me on Patreon, because these videos all get demonetized, that would also be really nice. Link in the description, no obligation. Let's dive into it. We have a lot to talk about. I did a heck of a lot of prep work and read thousands of pages of Epstien.
These are just some of the people. We haven't even gotten to the black influencers like rappers and movie stars. These are powerful political people. This guy right here, Richard Branson. Richard Branson is like, I mean, this guy's like a billionaire, but he's like up there with Elon Musk in the crazy stuff that he does with his company. I mean, these are some very powerful people. President of France. Governor of New Mexico, Bill Richardson. Now, this is an odd one right here. I gotta look her name up. And the reason why I say that is because Stacy Plaskett, she could be a swirler. Who knows? But out of all the minorities said to have went to his island, they got her as one of the only minorities as far as black American in the top 100. So this lady right here is very dangerous and very powerful. And I'm going to tell you exactly who she is in just a second. Let me find my... Stacy Plaskett. It says she's a House delegate. Let's tell you all. Alexander Acosta, Secretary of Labor. Mark Zuckerberg. Now, why I am not surprised by this name. Not surprised at all. Don't let the baby face fool you. This guy right here is treacherous. And now we have royals from two different countries. That's another reason why I say that this is not your average dude right here. This guy right here, I'm finna explain to you exactly who he is. Remember in remember that movie Iron Man, where he had to go up against the Manchurian, the Mandarin, and then the final boss. You know, he's the final boss. The Mandarin can get you anything. He can get you drugs, guns, a mini nuke, computer chips. And then there was another guy, what's the other movie? You know, all the movies make these guys out to be the go-to guy if you want to get your visa to go across the border. You know, whenever you see these action movies and the guy's on the run, he calls up his contact. This is who Jeffrey Epstein was. He was a financier, but at the same time, he was a financier, but at the same time, he was the guy that can get you things. You know, whether it's children, kidnapping, whores, money, guns. And I really do believe he built a reputation up. Also, he was a part of some kind of worldwide organization of that don't just accept normal people, they accept royals too. And I think that's what this dude was. And he could be still alive. The reason I say he could still be alive is because I've seen the inside of the federal prison, and how he died was so suspect to me that it's nearly impossible for that much incompetence on night security to be present, and him just dying like that. You know, I don't believe that, and you shouldn't either. You know, we take stuff at face value because the government says it, but that man just dying like that, hung in his cell, it reminds you of another case of a woman who was hung down in Florida. And guess who her name was? She was the DC Madam. Do you guys remember the DC Madam? She had that little black book that she told her lawyer, if I go to prison, I'm telling on all you politicians who have sex with my girls. And she winds up getting hung on her mother's farm down in Florida. Yeah, I'm looking at this Stacey Plaskett. And yeah, she looked like she got some corrupt shit going on that she stays real quiet about. And she rubs elbows. Stacey Plaskett is an American politician and attorney, serving since 2015 as the delegate to the United States House of Representatives from the United States Virgin Islands. Oh, here we go. Now I know who that is now. An at-large congressional district, Plaskett has practiced law in New York City, Washington, D.C. Okay, now I know who she is now. Born May 13, 1966 in Brooklyn. Yeah. Democrat. Yeah, I know exactly who she is now. Stacey Plaskett was one of the ones who was teamed up with Rosario. She was part of the Fab Three. She was one of the Fab Three up there. The Ileana Omar, the Puerto Rican chick, and then it was her. But yeah, I know who she is now. Stacey Plaskett. Yeah, they put her name. She's the only black female or black American that they had enough power to name in the top 100 that done had interactions with him. All of the other minorities, they might be something in the hoods of America, but on the world stage, they're nobodies. You know, Whoopi Goldberg might be an actress. Jay-Z, Pusha T might be rappers, but you know, they're you know, they was just there trying to rub elbows with high and mighty powerful people if they were there. Because I want to say something about the whole Jay-Z thing when this is over. Another princess. One of the Kennedys. Al Gore. A Rothschild. Another Rothschild. Tony Blair and his successor, John Kerry, Mike Bloomberg, Chuck Schumer, Mitt Romney. So this is not just Democrats. Don't get it twisted, people. This is not just Democrats. Founder of Dell Technologies, founder of the Dell computer, I guess. Steve Jobs' wife, Laurene Powell Jobs. George Soros. Got a Rockefeller in there. Robert Mugabe, Prime Minister of Japan, Hillary Clinton, Ken Starr, Lindsey Graham, and that's what I mean when I say this is not just Democrats, people. All of these are very, very powerful people. And that's what I mean when I say most of these people, if not all, knew that there was white slavery going on. Now, to the degree of what they knew, I'm almost certain that he didn't have them all in all of his business, but they knew. It's too many of these people. You know, these people like to poop and shit on prostitutes like they do over there in, when women go to Dubai. This is their own version of that. Co-founder of Google, Tim Cook, CEO of Apple. Fox Broadcasting. Harvey Weinstein. Now, I'm finna stop that right there. And I just want you guys to understand that the reason they didn't put somebody like Jay-Z or Whoopi Goldberg, which they have mentioned that quite a few of these celebrities have been to the island, those people only count when it comes to entertainment. When I say real movers and shakers of the world, those 100 that you just saw are real movers and shakers. And then I'm gonna say something about the Jay-Z part of it. This is very important. I think somebody is trying to pull him down and get him involved in this, because the only mention of Jay-Z that I've heard so far is that there was a report by a victim that him, Pusha T, and Harvey Weinstein messed with them back in '96. Listen to what I just said. Back in '96, Jay-Z and Pusha T, number one, back in '96, Jay-Z and Pusha T were basically square rappers. Didn't say they wasn't drug dealers, didn't say they was lame. They were nowhere near the people who they are today. That was one clue that I had, that the whole Jay-Z tying into all of this is false. Because all you got to do is look at the timeline. You see, back in '96, in the '90s, we used to wear, we tried to get out the sagging jeans era. And we started rocking flower pattern shirts with Guess jeans or Jabos. With the Bo Jackson, we had the Bo Jackson shoes. You know, we had the Jordans, you know, but we mostly had the Timbs, the Timberlands. So that's the Jay-Z of 96. And then Pusha T, the same thing. You know, the hoodies, the big Timberland coats, the big Timberland boots. These were basically local drug dealer kids on the block. Didn't even know who Epstien was. So as soon as I heard the year that this person in their report said that Jay-Z was there and molested somebody back in 96, it was automatically a red flag to me. It's a lie. Like I said, not saying he was a lame or a nobody, but he really was. When it comes down to world stage shit, he was basically a nobody. Hell, even Nas had more of a people knew more about Nas than they knew about Jay-Z back in 96. I don't think people really knew the impact Jay-Z would have on hip-hop until Hard Knock Life came out. That's when the white people really started paying attention to Jay-Z. You know, when that little Annie, It's a Hard Knock Life, that's when people really started paying attention to who Jay-Z was. So somebody's trying to get at Jay, and I just don't think he's tied into none of this stuff. I think that's just internet rumors. But there was a report sent in to the feds about Jay-Z being tied into this. But like I said, the report said 96. False. Epstien wouldn't have even knew who Jay-Z was or cared back in 96. So back to what I was saying about the Bitcoin. We got the Jay-Z stuff out the way. So what I'm saying about the whole Bitcoin thing, you had 5 or 6 people working on producing the Bitcoin. And remember what I said about Epstein being a world financier. People go to him when they have $1 million ideas, and he funds it. So he was not the creator of Bitcoin, but the 5 people needed funds. So I think he funded the research into it, and he funded some of the things that they did to help Bitcoin come about. So he himself is not a founding Bitcoin member, but he did help finance the money put up for the Bitcoin to get made. And people are missing that point. They trying to connect him to the ownership of Bitcoin, and that's the reason Bitcoin, when he got when all of this stuff came out, Bitcoin dropped. When the rumors started spreading that he had been one of the founding members of Bitcoin, and that's not true. Financing something, I could have financed Steve Jobs, but that don't mean I'm Apple. You know, you double my money, I'm a fund Apple because you're trying to get it off the ground, and then once you get it off the ground, pay me double my money back. It's almost like loan sharking. You know, I'm not a part of Apple. That's not my business. So this Epstein dude, he is a very powerful person to have so many royals and world leaders connecting with him like this, and most of them know he dangerous. I don't think all of these people was just playing out clueless. Just like the whole Diddy situation. I'm not finna give these people no pass. I didn't give a pass that was connected to Diddy. I didn't call them people no damn victims. They grown. All the other entertainers knew it goes down after 2 or 1 o'clock. So we try to leave the party about 12, because we know everybody in here about to get naked. They about to be sucking dick. They about to fuck. And me and my wife, this what Denzel Washington was saying. Me and my wife, we out of here. You know. Because they already knew. And that's the same thing with all of these 100 people that you just saw. These powerful people. You know, the mansion y'all rubbing elbows with other rich people. Below the mansion is a tunnel that leads to a dungeon that has hundreds of kids down there. Y'all didn't know this? I just don't believe that. I think there was a lot of negotiating going on, trying to get some of those kids back home. It could have been some of that stuff going on. But I just don't believe they didn't know. I just can't believe that. They're not victims. And I think they connected to some type of organization that's a worldwide secret organization, not just local shit, not just your local Lions Club or your local Shriners or your local Masons. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there's something more going on with these people than just we going out here to visit him on a pedophile island. You gotta connect the dots, people. Now, Whoopi Goldberg said something interesting when she was on The View. You know, she did apologize and all of that stuff. But I think it was empty. I think she already knew. And she apologized because it came out.
To the fact that they actually knew all along that Donald Trump was literally never part of any of this, and most of the Epstein files regarding Trump were trying to take him down. We now have undeniable evidence.
Now, I'm at mixed feelings about this whole Trump situation. We talked about the Jay-Z stuff. We talked about that Jay-Z stuff being a hoax, because the timeline just don't add up. Now, if that person would have said Jay-Z molested this woman 2 years ago, a year ago, the timeline would add up with him being a billionaire, rubbing elbows with people like this. But when the person that filed that report go back to 96, if you wasn't into New York hip hop, you wouldn't have even known who Jay-Z was. Pusha T, even worse. You wouldn't have never even known who these people were. As far as the Bitcoin go, no, he is not a founding member of the Bitcoin community that started it. It was 5 of them. He did fund their research. The Donald Trump stuff, I'm sorry, people. This man knows a lot of horrible people, even before he became president. He know a lot of Russian mobsters. He know people like Epstien who can get you damn near anything. Young girls, boys, guns. This dude right here know more. But I think they finally said, you know what, we can't get rid of him, we're going to go ahead and protect him. So I don't know what this guy's talking about, this exonerates Trump. No, Trump is involved in this shit too. He knew. He just wasn't going to say nothing. And they kept pressuring him to release the documents. So he released the documents. And this is see what money gets you?
It's honestly it's a terrible day if you're an elite that tries to eat children and kill the United States president. People are fighting.
Yeah. This is crazy, people. The whole Epstein situation is off the chain. It is. And let's take a step back for a second and put all of this stuff together. Starting with Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Weinstein, P. Diddy. Okay? What you are witnessing is a hostile takeover. Did anybody understand that besides me? What we are witnessing in real time is a hostile takeover of our institutions. And I'm not talking about just the government. I'm talking about our music institutions, our sport institutions. There's a new cabal, and you can't really say that they're any better. This new cabal has found a way to get rid of the old cabal, but that don't mean that they're going to be any better. They're still going to traffic women. They're just getting rid of all the flamboyant people that was out in the open. The P. Diddy's, the Bill Cosby's, the R. Kelly's. They getting rid of them. The Epsteins, the Trumps, the flamboyant ones. They trying to go back to the secret of the secret society. Ain't nothing gonna change with the kidnapping of kids. Make no mistake about it. This is big business when it comes to some of these people, some of these cartels, and some of these world government elites that be a part of these worldwide social clubs. These people have a lot of money invested in this. They're just getting rid of people who have outlived their usefulness. Getting rid of you. And let the money flow for about 20, 30 more years until someone comes along and get rid of them. That's what you're seeing working itself out in real time, people. This is what you're witnessing, an overthrow. And the sad part about it, nobody understands, like, this stuff didn't just happen. Y'all been knew about this stuff. But now that the apprentice wants to be the master, just like in Star Wars where the Padawan, where the Sith Lords have a rule of two. You got the master and the apprentice. And whenever the apprentice is ready to become the master, he has to literally kill the master. That's what you're seeing going on right now. The whole Diddy situation. There's another candidate that's shaping himself out to be the next gatekeeper. And to be honest with you, I think it's a fight right now between 50 Cent and Jay-Z. To be honest with you, those are the only two viable candidates right now. Suge in jail. What's his face down in Texas? Jay Prince is on. The feds is knocking at his heels. Him and his sons. Birdman is a complete drug addict now. Master P, he know better. Master P is a highly intelligent man. He got his money, got out. So the only two viable, well, I take that back, it's three. Rick Ross, Jay-Z, and 50. One of them three is trying to be the next gatekeeper, the next go-to guy. If you want to get on in hip-hop, you got to go through them. And right now, them three are really at it. And somebody's trying to bring Jay-Z down. I hope y'all keep really understanding what I'm saying. The shit show is not going to stop. They're having orgy parties right now with whores. The same women 20 years from now is going to say they was victims. Right now, got their mouth full of dick right now. So ain't nothing changed with that shit. It's just the leadership is changing. Same thing with the upper echelon, the millionaires and billionaires. Ain't nothing changed with these people. Some of these people still like little boys. Some of these people still like little girls, little pedophiles. Ain't nothing changed with these people. It's just the leadership is being shaken up. It's being changed. Maybe that the way I put it that way, you'll really understand it. You know, you might get it. Well, I hope you guys learned something from today, man. Go back and watch all of the 100 names. Look those people up. You're going to find out that most of the stuff in your house that's bought came from one of those people's companies that's in the Epstien files. Everything from your TV to your phone to your mixer to your refrigerator. Everything in your house can be linked to one of these people that's linked to Epstein. That's powerful people. And that shit didn't just happen overnight. This is the Daily Read, and I'm out.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.